All right, what we have here is a 69 to 72 GM bucket seat. And what I want to demonstrate here is if you're looking to take your own seats apart to save you some money at the upholstery shop, here's how. You've got 2 bolts here on the side, 2 bolts here on the side, and then you've got the strap here. And basically you just want to take this loose, and then you can take the seat apart, and these are 2-piece seats. Some of the later seats, like the swivel buckets and all, are not 2-piece seats, and they are a real pain from what I hear to work on. These are hard enough. As you can see, they're kind of a special bolt, standard bolt though. Kind of reminds you of some of the late model bolts with that shank on the end. But notice how bad the foam and stuff is on this seat. Also, it wouldn't hurt to have a pair of hog ring pliers. I don't, I'm just using a screwdriver. But I want to make a few points in this video. This video is geared to people who is, got any questions about the A-body seats, or basically any GM seat. Even the full-size cars use the same seat. They just had a different track. So basically, you pop that up. These are still in good shape. This kind of stuff for these seats are extremely expensive. So if you get I've been down this road so many times. I run into these cheapskates and they of course everybody wants the cheapest parts they can buy. I mean, I understand that, but spend a little more money and get a better seat. I mean, if you buy a set at a swap meet, and I've bought a lot at swap meets. These I got from a guy here locally, but as you can see, the seat comes loose. The cover has to be put on before the seat. So spend a little more money and get a good set of seats. Don't buy a set unless they're really cheap, if you're missing all this stuff and missing the tracks, or the tracks are no good, or, these are, broke and stuff. I mean, if you can pick up a set like that for 150 bucks, that's fine, but you're going to spend 500 on them replacing all the stuff. This set here, I would sell for usually around $600, but, it would have everything. It even had the side skirts and stuff. It was in good shape. So, and then basically, I also have a problem with, even now, people want to know if they've got a seat that you can put in your car and use. Well, the likelihood of that happening is very slim. And see, this seat is actually not torn. But as you'll see, it's very hard and very brittle. So, of course, the cover is no good. And then you get these people who want to cry about the foam. It's like, well, man, I don't really want a seat this. I just don't want to have to replace the foam. Well, newsflash. This foam is 50 years old. This seat, 51 years old. You're going to have to replace the foam. The only way you might get away with not replacing the foam is if you've got an original car, like one of my personal cars that's got the original interior, and you just want to do seat covers or whatever, you might get away with not replacing the foam. But even at that point, it's old. And once you take the old seat cover off, you're probably going to have foam falling in your face like this. So anyway, just be mindful of that. But this is basically what the seat looks like. Again, basic same seat, 66 to 72. The same tracks from 66 to 72 on a midsize A-body car. And the only difference is, of course, 66 did not have a release at all. 67 and 8 have a side release. And 69 up have the back release in the back here, and they utilize one of these buttons. Depending on the model, some of these vary different. The Chevrolets will have more of a square chrome button. But the reason I'm using this pair is it's a good set, and the springs are even good in this set. That's another thing I wouldn't gripe about too much if you're looking for a set of seats is the springs. Even though the springs may be good, typically where they go bad is the bottom anyway. But even though they may be good, you're gonna deal with old springs. You know, somebody, Big Bubba might have sat down and weighed 400 pounds, so the seat will be very weak. So even if they're not rusty, they'll be weak. So anyway, like, share, comment, subscribe for more of these videos. I try to do these videos as often as I can. And again, if you're one of the ones that's skeptical of buying an old set of seats or paying good money for a set, you know, if you're dealing with somebody who knows what they're talking about, don't be skeptical of paying up for a good set of seats. They're hard to find, and if you try to be a cheapo, you're going to end up spending more money in the end. Now, you know, some people, they don't have that $600 to pull out to buy a better set of cores. But, you know, try to get the best set of cores you can get. Sometimes you'll get lucky. You can pick them up cheaper than that, but that's what I've been selling mine for. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope this helps if you had any questions about how to take one of these seats apart.